Hi everyone, Dr. Erin English here, and we're going into our third week together. Just a couple reminders about our upcoming synchronous class, which is going to be on Wednesday. Some of you will be starting with me at 6 o'clock, and others will be starting at 7:15. So please check your group and make sure you've contacted your group members by, hopefully you already have, and if you haven't, at least by Monday evening. I'm hoping everyone at least has reached out to their group members and started a conversation with them. That's pretty important. If you do have any problems with any of your group members, not that I anticipate that you will, but some things may happen to them, and something does happen. Let me know. Don't sit and dwell on it. Let me know right away before your project's late. One of my very first online classes, I had somebody contact me a couple days before the assignment was due, saying their their partner was sick and wasn't able to do any of the work the whole time that it was due. And I said, well, please tell me beforehand. I would have released her from that partnership. So please let me know if there's something going on that is out of your control. Okay, and I definitely will work with you. This week we're going to be you're going to be doing a lot of blogging and discussion items about unions and collective bargainings. And for those of you who have ever been through a union dispute, know that things can get pretty legal pretty fast. This talks about the three stages of collective bargaining, Employee Relations Act, and future challenges. There's a lot going on right now with bargaining and tenure and the union. Just a great time to be learning things about the union right now. So definitely, give your best work on these things, because this is something that's going to be reality for you when you become an administrator, and you don't know it until you have your first potential strike happening in your district, or when things go to arbitration, or when they go to mediation. And then it seems like your whole staff is divided into administration and teachers. And it gives you an idea of their strategy, of the union strategy, and how they manipulate through a process, or how they maneuver through a process, not manipulate. Um, I'm definitely a pro teacher. I believe in supporting our teachers and fair wages and insurance and things like that. I think it needs to be done with respectfully, though. I think all union bargaining needs to be done respectfully, regardless of whose side you're on or what your cause is that you're supporting. So things can be done civilly, and you can put in into your contract different stipulations of how to act when there's a disagreement, and that could be part of your contract as well. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is actually just Twitter accounts. If you haven't started a Twitter account, I would highly recommend it. And I would recommend following people that you admire. If you don't know how to set up a Twitter account, or if you are unsure of how to follow somebody, or how to, how to like somebody, if you would, or bring them in so you can start following their discussions, please let me know, and I'll be happy to work with you. I found that I have been so excited about certain things that are on Twitter, because it helps me go deeper into what's going on in education right now. So, for instance, if we're looking at, I'm looking at project-based learning, we're looking at integration, technology integration, one-to-one. I'm part of a process called Go Open with the National Department of Education. And what we do is we're tweeting about things like that, but also I'm getting information about all these topics from great researchers. So I would recommend that you just do a search on Google, and see who are and the search would be in Google, the best people to follow as an educator on Twitter. And they'll give you lists of 50 people. And I'd say just start following them. You don't need to know them. You don't need to even like them at that point, and then you can delete them later if you don't like them. But some people are putting out some great materials right now, and it will keep you really current in your job. And if you have a special interest, let's say you're a bilingual teacher, or you're a special ed teacher, or you teach a combo class, or anything at all, you can do another search on Twitter to look for people that just specialize in those categories, and you can find out what's going on in the country with great, again, going back to research practices and best practices. So, and I'll talk about, you can find about conferences and at web or in Twitter chats and a lot of interesting things that'll help you stay current. And it goes back to the things that are about the law that we're talking about right now. So definitely a way to stay current is using social media. All right. A question came up about Wednesday night's presentation. Now the presentation that you send to me, it's very, very short. Okay, it's a 3-minute presentation. What I wanted everyone to do is just have something to follow. You're not going to be graded on the presentation so much as the discussion you're evoking. And it's a 3-minute presentation where you're just going to be giving your thoughts on that, on the assignment. So what you can do, I already had a couple people send me the Prezi links. So what I'm going to do is right before our class, I will put a link in. I'm going to put a link with your presentation in to the where your names are on the where the I'm sorry, I'm not talking right in the where I'm keeping your names, and I'll just click on them and I'll open up everything. I'll open everything and I'll share it with everybody the night of our discussion. So if we could keep things at 3 to 5 minutes, I think that'll give us enough to discuss. And if the people that aren't actually watching or aren't actually speaking, if you could actually comment on the side, make some side on the chat bar, that would help keep the discussion going. Okay, so I will put out the discussion times again at 6 o'clock and 7:15, and the way you're going to log in is on the syllabus. If you have any problems whatsoever, let me know. But just a reminder, what we're doing is we're using the video, or we're using our computer in Blackboard for the video part, or the visual part. But we're going to call in on the phone. And the reason we're doing that is when we call in on Google Hangout or on Adobe, there's too much static on the computer lines, and we end up cutting off each other when we're talking. So it's much cleaner if we're using a phone line. So if you could keep your phone on mute when you're not actually talking, and if you can keep your computer silenced when we're going through this. But again, make sure, just let me know if you have any questions. All right. I look forward to talking to you on Wednesday evening. I've been enjoying reading your blog post or your discussion posts. And if you have any other questions of me, please let me know. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.